Okay, so this video is a lot more interesting and more, like, fun, I guess you could say, because, like, the last video I made, crying for the majority of it, made a depressing-ass realization, and, yeah, like, not exactly the best video. But this video is a bit different because it's something that I actually enjoy talking about, something that has been consuming literally me for 24 hours. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I've been reading this book for 24 hours. Like, okay, wait. No, that's not true. Okay, so, like, wait. Factor in eating. So that's, like, I don't know, 2 hours eating. 2 hours eating. 2 more hours, like, communicating, like, traveling. And then, like, an hour for, like, therapy. So that's, like, 4, 5. And then factor in, like, the 7 or 8 hours that I got of sleeping. So, like, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 hours subtracted from 24. So 24 minus 13 is 11. So 11 hours I've been reading this book. And you're like, can I just say that this book is amazing? Like, it's not the best book, but it's written really well. It's not the most original idea, but, like, they make it their own. You know, like, there's clear, like, inspiration from, like, novels and, like, movies, like, of heists, but, like, they do, like, change things, and they do make it interesting, and they make it their own, and they make it original, which is what I really love about this book, because it takes an idea, and it changes it, like, it evolves, like, multiple times throughout the novel. Like, there are, like, 5 different stories going on simultaneously in the novel, and, like, it's just really fascinating, and I really like that about this novel. And, sorry, I forgot to mention, I got this novel, it's called Tokyo Heist, from, the Rancho Cordova library with my mom. I almost didn't get this book because my mom was, like, having a little bit of a mental breakdown and was kind of like, you cannot get any books because I don't trust you with the books or some shit like that, and I was like, dude, I need books. Like, excuse me, like, you're not taking these books away from me. I don't care if I have to, like, literally go take an Uber home, get my school idea, and then take an Uber back to Rancho Cordova Library and get up my own fucking library card. I'm getting these books, okay? Like, I was, like, literally that far because, like, I really wanted these books, okay? Like, it might be irrational, but, like, I really wanted these books, okay? Like, she wasn't gonna take me for my fucking books, okay? Or, more than likely, if she really said no, then I probably would have, like, asked them to, like, hold the books, and then today, which would have been tomorrow, yesterday, I would have, like, gone back to the library, like, taken Uber or something, and, like, brought my school ID and gotten, a library card and, like, gotten the books then, which, like, probably would have been the thing that I would have done if she actually rejected me, but, like, I was able to convince her, so I was able to read this book today, which I'm really excited, because, like, this book is really cool. But, it's called The Tokyo Heist, and it's by Diana Wren, which, I don't know if that's her real name or not, but, like, it's cool. And it's basically about this 16-year-old Violet who, I think I related to her character because, like, we're both kind of, like, children of neglect, as depressing as that sounds, because both of her parents, like, had her, like, out of marriage, and, like, both of her parents, like, neither of them got married, and, they, like, basically had her as a mistake in college, and her dad was like, oh, fuck, and basically, like, ignored her and her mom for, like, years, and her mom basically, like, raised her by herself, and, like, got, like, a PhD or something, and, like, it was just, like, her mom was, like, an inspiration, and, like, so she really loves her mom, but then, like, she, like, really wants to connect with her dad, because, like, when she was little, her dad, like, tried to connect with her, but, like, he wasn't really great at it, and then for, like, years, she, like, was disconnected from her dad, but, like, still with her mom, and then where the book takes place is, like, I think like summer, like, or some kind of vacation from school, and so like, and because of that vacation, like her mom like gets this like random like business trip to like Italy. So like she can't like go with her mom because her like I don't know why they didn't really specify why she can't go with her mom, but she can't go with her mom. So she ends up like having to like stay in Seattle, which is where she lives, which is another thing that I was interested in, because like I really want to go to Seattle. Like that's one of the top like 5 cities that I want to visit. Like it's just like, oh my god, like Seattle, just like, oh my god, like I'm like, oh my god, I want to go to Seattle so bad. Like it's just like a city that like just, oh my god, like I just love cities, and like just Seattle just like, oh, okay. Anyways, I also really want to go to Boston and like New York and like, you know, but like, okay, back to story. So like she basically has to stay in Seattle, and like she can't stay alone because like literally 16-year-old, so like, you know, minor, can't do that. So her mom is like, why don't you just stay with your dad? And then so she like goes to stay with her dad, and her dad like is this like famous artist. He's like a painter or something, and like he's like really busy and hectic, and like he like is really absent-minded too. So like apparently like when she came to visit him, like he wasn't at his house, so she like went to his like art museum exhibit where he like said that he would be or sometime. And so she went to go see him there, and like there was just like a huge crowd of people, and like they were all like mobbing around her dad and like talking to him, and like he's like this famous painter and blah 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 blah. And she's just overwhelmed because like A, he forgot about her, B, he's like occupied with like people who she feels are more important than her, because that's what he's like presenting to her, and like she just feels like really neglected. And like me, she's like really awkward and like shy and like reserved, and like she feels uncomfortable with like crowds of people. And so I was like, I just really related to her character, because like her dad, like I don't know, like her dad's just not a great dad, so I can relate. Anyways, so but she's also like really obsessed with like Japan, and like she loves Japanese culture, and she's like a really like otaku, which like means like someone who's like really like obsessed with Japanese culture and like anime and manga and stuff. And so she's like really obsessed with that kind of stuff. And she picked up like her dad's kind of like art, like talent trait, I guess you could say, because like she herself is an artist, but because like she's not like a traditional artist, like she doesn't really paint or like just like draw. Like she does like comics, and like she does like manga kind of, but like not exactly, and like it's her own like art style, even if it's like just like, I don't know, like it's just really unique, and I really like it. And so she's like just really obsessed with Japanese culture, and her dad ends up like taking a vacation, well, not a vacation, but like a job trip, because like apparently like he has like some like rich people in like Japan who like want his art, and they want him to like paint a mural in one of their like business buildings. And so like he goes to Japan with his daughter, because like he can't like leave his daughter in Seattle, and so she goes with him to Japan. She's like really excited because like she loves Japanese culture, and she's super excited, but she doesn't fit in because like she's white, and like she's like curvy, and like she has like, she's tall for like compared to Japanese, and like she has like big feet compared to Japanese, and she just feels like 10 times more awkward than she did in America. And she's like really sad because like she loves Japan, and she's been obsessed with Japan for like a long time, and like her obsession with Japanese culture and Japanese things like has differentiated her from like the people and like her peers in America. But then now that she's in Japan, she can't fit in Japan either, because of like her physical differences and the language barrier, and like so she just feels like really like empty and like, I don't know, like a misfit, which also relatable, like hello sweetie. And but then some like crazy stuff happens, and there's like this Fuji, I don't know what exactly they're called, because like it's in Japanese, and I don't really speak Japanese that well, even though I am a quarter Japanese, like I don't really speak Japanese that well. But like anyways, there's basically like this Japanese gang community in Japan, in Tokyo, where her and her dad are, and apparently they heard that the business people, like, that her dad is working for, like, they have, like, Van Gogh paintings, or Van Gogh, as most people call him, even though, like, that's not how you pronounce his name. Like, the Van Gogh paintings, like, he, like, apparently, like, the business people had, but then they were, like, I don't know, it's, like, really complicated, and, like, so, like, basically, the Japanese gang, like, threaten the business people, and they threaten her, like, family, and, like, she herself, too, is threatened, purely because, like, they think that the business people that her dad works for have these Van Gogh paintings, and they really want the paintings because they're worth a lot of money, and they're, like, priceless, and so, like, they threaten them, and they give them, like, 2 weeks to, like, figure everything out, and so they, like, call the FBI, and they're like, oh my god, like, I don't understand, like, how do we do this? And then, throughout the story, like, she, ends up, like, having, like, a great, like, attention to detail, and, like, a really good, like, criminal, like, analytical mind, and she works through her, like, actually, like, she ends up, like, well, spoiler alert, but she ends up, like, actually, like, solving the, like, mystery and, like, finding the Van Gogh paintings, but, like, she finds it because she, like, went deep inside, and, like, she, like, discovered herself, and, like, she was, like, just, I don't know, like, she just really, like, went deep, and, like, she, like, just discovered something about herself, because, like, she never really fit in, and she felt, like, unwanted because of her dad, and, like, her mom was, like, left her for work, and, neither of her parents felt, like, committed enough to each other or to her to, like, marry or, like, stay as a family, and, like, that just, like, has a huge effect on somebody, and she also, like, doesn't really fit in. She's, like, an outsider, like, at school and, like, in, like, America, but then, like, she thought, like, the one place that she's, like, really obsessed with and, like, that she really loves would accept her as well, but they don't either, because, like, she's white and she's different, and so she just feels, like, an outsider and, like, different, and, like, just like, she just feels really bad about herself, and then, like, she ends up discovering that she has this, like, hidden talent, if you will, and, like, there's a really good mind for, like, crime, and, like, figuring things out, and, like, she, like, ends up, like, saving lives, and, like, finding, like, priceless, like, paintings, and, like, stopping, like, a huge gang, like, and she did that because she helped herself, and, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, it just really resonated with me, because, like, it's just a story of, like, self-discovery, but it's also a story of, like, heroism, but, like, accidental heroism, because she, like, didn't, like, she actually didn't start, like, solving the case, like, on purpose. She was kind of just, like, joking around and, like, messing around because she was bored, and, like, started, like, like, because in manga and comics, they have, like, different panels, so, like, boxes with, like, scenes, and she started, like, scene paneling the crime and, like, trying to figure it out as a joke, but then she ended up, like, realizing a lot of things and, like, connecting the dots and, like, solving the crime, and, like, it was just, like, really cool for her, and, like, she ended up finding something that she really, like, enjoys, and, like, just, like, she discovered herself, but then she also discovered a way to, like, help other people, which I think is, like, really cool, like, so she was, like, an accidental hero, and, like, I really loved how, like, they didn't try and make it, like, predictable, and they didn't try and make it, like, oh, like, everything's fixed, because in the end, like, they purposefully had an ending where, like, it was, like, a good ending, but it also was, like, very clear that it wasn't, like, a stereotypical, like, Disney happy ending, like, oh my god, happily ever after, like, no, like, everyone was still flawed, like, she still had insecurities, like, she still didn't fit in as much at school, and, like, her dad and her mom, like, still would never be able to get together, and she never was gonna have, like, the perfect happy family that she used to dream of, but instead, she found out things that she does like about herself, and things that she can appreciate about herself, and things that she can love about herself, despite the fact that she's different, despite the fact that her parents aren't, like, united, and, like, despite the fact that, like, she can't fit in one place, like, she still, like, discovered herself and still loved herself and was still able to, like, help people despite that, you know, which I really, like, loved about this book. So, yeah, this book is, like, if you ever, like, want to read it, even though I kind of spoiled it, like, I mean, I didn't give you any of, like, big details of, like, I gave you, like, I kind of spoiled it, but like also I gave you like a vague like summary, like a vague like spoiler summary, but like I don't think like I really like spoiled like the whole story. Like there's still so much more that I can't even begin to describe or go into detail of what this book is about, and like just how amazing this book is, and just like, I don't know, like I could never, like, I'd spend like hours talking about it and still not fully be able to explain everything to you. You just have to read the book to understand just like what like a good book it is. Like you just have to read this book. So it's Tokyo Heist by Diana Wren, and like I really recommend this book. If you like reading, even if you don't like reading, I really recommend this book, because like it's just amazing, especially since it's like Halloween time. This is a mystery. Like I don't know, like I just really love mysteries because like they're not like, I mean, some of them kind of follow a plot like baseline. But like I feel like mysteries like tend to like have like a deeper meaning to them, and like they're not very predictable, especially if you pick a good one, and like they just keep you on your toes, and like they keep you riveted to the book, you know, which is like, and I love how real mysteries are. Like they don't sugarcoat anything. Like their characters are purposely flawed because life is flawed. So like you can't have a mystery and have everything be perfect, because then it wouldn't be a mystery. And so like that's what I really love about mystery books, especially this book. I just really love how they just own up to people's like flaws, and are like, don't try and change yourself, just learn more about yourself and discover new things about yourself, but don't change purely because you don't like who you are. Like, you know, like you can't like not change, but like what they're trying to say is like learn to like love and accept yourself rather than like change yourself for others. Even if like you're ignored or you feel like an outsider, like it's still okay to be yourself. Like at least that's what I got from this book. But like, I don't know, like it was just like a journey of like self-discovery, like I think the character went through, and I think it was like really cool. But like, read this book, like please, like read this book, like it's so good. Like, oh my god. Yeah, I just really love this book. So yeah, and I finished it in like 11 hours. Like I literally started it at like 3 p.m. yesterday, and then I ended it at like 2:30. No, actually it was before that. I like finished it at like 1:30. So like technically I read this in 10 hours. Yeah, and it has like 40 chapters, and like, how many pages is this? Hold on. It's like 300 and something pages. It's like 364 pages. Yeah, that's a lot to read in 10 hours, but like, I don't know, like I'm a really fast reader. Like sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, but I really like read really fast, which means I get really bored really fast. So like yeah, like yeah. I actually held back at the library, and like I only got 3 books, but if I really wanted to dig in, I probably would have gotten like 12 books and like taken them all, and like just, when I go in deep, sweetie. Like I get a shit ton of books when I really want books. But because I knew my mom couldn't handle like more than 3 or 4, like I only got 3 or 4. But I want to go back to the library. It was a really good library. Yeah. So, yeah. But I just really recommend this book because, like, it's just really great. It's Tokyo Heist. Please read it. Again, you don't, like, have to. I'm, like, we're not saying, like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't, like, read this book or something. But, like, it's just, like, I think you would get a lot from it. Like, especially if, like, you like me, I guess you could say. Because, like, if you like me, you might like this book because, like, I resonated with the character, and if you like me because you like resonate with me, I guess you could say, like, you probably would really like this book because you'd resonate with the character as well. And like, it's just well written and like just a good mystery. I don't know. But yeah, this was like way more fun to talk about, and like lifted my spirits a little bit because like the last video I was like really depressed, like so yeah. But, God, it's hot. A lot better now, and, like, I'm good. Well, I mean, I'm not perfect. And I'm not, like, great, but, like, I'm in an okay place. Like, I'm really glad that I was able to talk about it, even though, like, I cried for 90% of that video. And, like, it's just, like, if I didn't talk about it, like, I wouldn't, Like, I would still probably be, like, in a dissociative state and, like, really upset. But, like, not able to talk through my upsetness. So, you know, like, it was a good thing, but it's also, like, really sad. But, like, by the end, like, I, like, was able to, like, come to a conclusion and, like, resolve, like, a lot of, like, my fears and stuff, which is really good, and, like, I'm happier now, so, like, yeah, and this book, like, you need to read this book, like, it's so good, oh my god, it's so good, I love this book so much, like, I actually, I feel bad, because, like, in history, like, he was making us, like, watch this, like, stupid wrestling movie called, like, Cinderella Man. I mean, it has a good message behind it, and it's, like, kind of sweet, but also at the same time, like, it is so boring. And, like, it has a lot of violence in it, and I hate violent movies, and, like, just, like, needless aggression, and, like, wrestling to me is just, like, pointless, needless aggression that, like, literally just earns money because, like, it's pointless, and people, like, feed off of, like, other people's energy, and, like, it's really stupid, in my opinion. And especially when they wear, like, this stupid, like, Speedo things with, like, flames on them, I'm just like, nobody wants to see your junk with, like, bright red spandex, okay? Like, nobody wants to see that. Like, that is haunting my nightmares, okay? Like, I don't, goodness, like, ugh, and then, like, you know, like, their upper bodies are, like, so much bigger than the lower bodies, and, like, it's just, like, what was going on there, like, ugh, oh, like, I don't get it, I don't understand, like, I don't get why, like, that's even remotely popular, like, it's just, anyways, but, yeah, so this was, like, Cinderella Man is, like, basically, like, in the Depression. There's, like, this wrestler who, like, lost a match that was, like, a really big match, and then he was, like, humiliated and lost a lot of money, and then during the Great Depression, he had a rematch with this said person that he lost to, like, a few years ago, and then he won, and he won a lot of money, which was a big deal, especially in the Great Depression, and, like, yeah, like, he just, yeah, which, like, I mean, I guess it's a cute story, but, like, also, like, dude, like, it was, like, 2 hours long, maybe more than 2 hours, and, like, needless fighting, and, like, close-ups of, like, fists hitting faces, and, like, slow motion, like, spit and blood flying, and, like, upsetty spaghetti, like, sweat just, like, dripping down bodies, and, like, just, like, it just, like, the level of testosterone and aggression, like, just literally repulses me, like, just, like, I cannot, there are just some things that, like, literally make me cringe, because, like, I cannot stand them. One of them being incessantly optimistic and fake happy people, and then the other being, like, really aggressive testosterone-driven people, which, like, literally my high school is, like, swarming with kids like that, which is why it's so stressful for me to go there every day, because, like, I have to be surrounded by sweaty, gross, testosterone-driven, or, like, perfume-covered, fake-ass, snobby-ass bitches all fucking day, and I'm just like, dude, I want to die. Like, why you must do this? Like, why must you, like, flex your, like, weak-ass little fucking, like, 5-year-old muscles? Like, why must you, like, flaunt your, like, cup A fucking titties and, like, a V-neck, like, t-shirt that, like, shouldn't even be owned? Like, why must you do this? You, like, literally, like, fetus children. Like, please stop. I'm, like, assaulted my eyes and my nose and my ears, and just, like, you, I can't, I don't, as you can see, I'm not the biggest fan of high school. Like, we've been over this before, like, I freaking hate high school, but, like, whatever, have to do it for 2 more years, like, it's fine. Yeah, but read this book, like, please, it's really good. Yeah. Yeah, that's my video for today. This is my, like, good video. So, yeah, hopefully you liked it. Hold on! Sorry, this is my grandma. Like, she kind of freaks me out sometimes because, like, she, like, knocks, but then, like, 0.2 seconds later, she's, like, walking on in, and I'm like, girl! Like, who? The amount of times she's done that, and I've been, like, in a compromising situation or, like, video recording, and, like, it's not, like, prime time for you to just be, like, barging in on me. Or sometimes I'm literally like having a meltdown. Like those 3 things usually is what happens when I have my closed door and she just knocks and then 0.2 seconds later she's like, hi, and I'm like, no, like stop. Like just, yeah, it's really annoying. But like it's fine. Anyways, yeah. I look like a librarian today, like with my like turtleneck and like my gold chain necklace and like my glasses and my hair up. Like I just need like a bun and I'll be set. Like hello grandma / librarian. Like hello. Oh god. Ew. Ew. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I did spend this whole video talking about a book, so future librarian in Macon? Hopefully not, because like people are fucking annoying. Like you have no idea how many kids make like take advantage of the library and like just do stupid things, and I'm just like, if I was a librarian, like I would literally like be like, I would have like a giant ass like dictionary and just like be ready, like if you do someone annoying, hello sweetie, like you're gonna get hit. Like, where I just like throw paperbacks at them, like paper cut, paper cut, paper cut. Like, okay, a little bit dramatic, but like you know what I mean. Like it's kind of funny, but like also like probably would be sued or like fired more than likely. Yeah. Needless to say, probably wouldn't make a great librarian. Oh, who here says library or library? Because like it literally annoys me so much when people say library, because like library is not a word, okay, sweetie? Like, have you not read the word library? It literally has an R right before the A, and then another R, and then a Y. L-I-B-R-A-R-Y. Library, sweetie, not library, okay? We're not going to the library to get berries. We're going there to get books, okay? Like, get your shit together, sweetie. Like, no. I mean, not that I can complain about people getting their shit together, because, like, hello, literally just had a mental breakdown. Have one daily. You know, like, yeah. Anyways, so not one to lecture people on getting their shit together. You know what I mean? I'm out of water. I just have ice. Oh fuck. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go get more water after this video because like I'm a thirsty ass bitch. Like I'm always thirsty. Like literally so thirsty. Like I'm always like craving water. Like I drink it religiously. And then I have to pee all the time, and I'm like, fuck, dude. But, like, I really just, like, I love water. Like, water is life, you know? Like, it's delicious. I mean, it's not delicious. It's just, like, it's refreshing. And, like, it just feels nice. Why am I talking about water so in detail? Like, I sound like I'm high. Goodness. You know, if I ever got high, which I don't plan on getting high, because, like, you know, I don't trust myself with drugs. Even minor ones, such as weed. But, like... if I ever did get high, it probably would be like that rambling one. Either I would get like the munchies, which like almost every person that gets high gets the munchies, or I would be like the incessant rambling one, like the philosopher. Like sometimes when people get high, they're like really tired and they can't think, or sometimes they like overthink everything, like they stare at things. They're like, oh my god, have you ever thought about the plane of existence based off of this drywall? Like, have you ever thought about like the beginning of time and blah 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 blah? Like hours on end of talking and rambling about like meaningless stuff, but it like means everything to them, and they're like deep thinking, and they're like geniuses when they're high. Like yeah, probably would be the genius high person, and also munchies. Or there's also people who like sleep all the time, which honestly probably me too. Like, let's be honest over here. Like, I kind of low-key want to try an edible though, just cause like I'm curious. Like, can you taste it like through the brownie? Like, you know, like I'm curious, but like also not curious enough to do it because like I don't trust my DNA, because like I have addiction running on both sides of my family. Like I don't fucking trust that shit at all, sweetie. Like at all. No fucking way. Like, no. I don't trust my mind, I don't trust my body, I don't trust my family, I don't trust anybody. Like, huh, welcome to my fucking trust issues. You know, like, it's fine. Yeah. Also, I felt horrible because, like, my therapist was talking to me and she was like, you see, you trust me, right? And I was like, yeah, kind of. And she was like, you trust me because, like, we're friends now, right? Because we, like, understand each other. And I was like, no, actually. The only reason that I really trust my therapist is because she's a professional, and I know that she can't say anything outside those doors. And I know that, like, she is able to professionally help me. If she wasn't a professional, I would never be talking to her. Like, it takes a lot for me to trust somebody, even just a little bit. And even then, like, I don't ever fully trust someone. Like, even the people that are most important to me in my life, I still don't fully trust them. Like, any single person in my life, like, I've never fully been, like, just, like, my walls inside of, like, not trusting people are so subconscious that, like, even when I try and open up with someone, like, involuntarily, like, I leave things out and, like, I keep things to myself and, like, I open up, but then I don't at the same time. And there's just so many things for me to talk about, like, that are wrong with my life and that, like, I could open up to people about, but, like, there are just so many of them that, like, even, like, small, like, things to me, because I've been living with them for so long, are, like, huge things for other people. So, like, just even talking about a small portion of what I've gone through, like, doesn't even begin to brush the surface of everything. And, like, so that, like, creates, like, even more distance. And, like, sometimes, like, I can make, like, a leap, but then, like, also, like, that leap is, like, sinking because, like, I've made progress, but I'm also sinking at the same time. Because, like, I just can't move forward. I don't know if that makes sense. But, like, yeah. It's really hard. Because, like, trust issues are a big thing for me. And, like, they're almost so subconscious. Because, like, I've been, like, raised that way. Like, just to not trust people. And to, like, keep things to myself. And, like, protect myself at all costs. Which kind of sucks. But, like, you know what? We're working with it. We're just slow progress. Slow. Ridiculously slow progress. But, like, it's progress nonetheless, you know? Okay, anyways, gotta go. Bye.